Domain 5.6. Given a scenario, implement security awareness practices. So in this video lesson, Domain 5.6, we're going to go over phishing kind of more in depth. Even though we've been over this throughout the course, sometimes there is some repeatable, exam objectives. Then we're going to go over anomalous behavior recognition. And then in our second video, we're going to go over user guidance and training, reporting and monitoring, then development and execution. So let's go ahead and begin. So phishing campaigns. These are going to be organized attacks typically conducted via email, but as we know, we have things like smishing and vishing, but these are going to be, their aim is to deceive recipients into providing sensitive data or to execute a malicious payload. So the prevalence, it's often widespread, like there's a phishing attack, there's a phishing campaign. A campaign is going to be, maybe your entire organization plus 20 other organizations, right? It's going to be attacks that are very widespread that you're probably going to see on your intelligence threat feeds. Sophistication. They can be highly sophisticated, mimicking legitimate communications from trusted sources. This happens a lot with small businesses to their social media. They know that small businesses rely on social media a lot, so they'll sometimes try to send IMs or emails that say, hey, your Facebook account's going to be deleted if you don't respond, sign in here, things like that. So how do we recognize a phishing attempt? So identifying suspicious emails or messages that may be phishing attempts. Here's what you need to, here's some key points you got to see. Unexpected request. So if all of a sudden you get a request saying, sign in here, we need this information, be wary. Check the URLs and the senders. So if it's in an email, make sure it's coming from a well-known domain that you know. If it's not, verify. Get with the security team. Ask a fellow employee. They may not give you the best answer, but do your best to verify where it's coming from. And then spelling and grammar. So poor language can be a telltale sign of a phishing attempt. Responding to reported suspicious messages. So this is the process of addressing phishing alerts reported by employees or security systems. So if this gets reported, so obviously your users did good cybersecurity awareness, do not interact with the message. Just report it to the IT or security team. And then from there, the security teams or IT teams, the SOC, the NOC, well, not the NOC, the SOC hopefully, right? Hopefully we don't have engineers wearing too many hats. They're going to investigate, confirm the legitimacy, and then we need to have communication. We're going to have to inform the employees about the phishing attempt, and probably from there, like if it gets reported, we're probably going to do deeper analysis to make sure, like, okay, if you got this, who else got it? And if you're the only one that reported it, but everyone else got it, obviously our training isn't working. And now we need to make sure that we don't have an incident where someone has given away their credentials or downloaded this malicious payload. So if you get a single report from an employee, probably safe to assume you need to check everyone else now and start doing some proactive measures, going through the email server, the records, and getting with employees that may have got this message as well. Anomalous behavior. So these are actions that significantly deviate from normal behavior patterns and pose a security risk. So this is like insider threat things, right? How do we kind of establish that the human element in how do we say an employee may be acting suspicious? So some risky behavior. Unapproved or unusual access to sensitive information. Maybe somebody, they have approval to certain resources, but you notice they're going there at weird times throughout the night. Why would they be doing that? Obviously, policy violations. If we see clear breaches of established security policies, and irregular working hours. If we have people accessing systems, especially sensitive systems at unusual times, that usually is a solid indicator that there may be some malicious activity going on. Unexpected. So unusual data flow, unexpected large data transfer or downloads. System performance issues. Unexplained slowdowns or crashes that may indicate a breach. New software or services. So if we have some shadow IT going on, right? And we notice unauthorized installation of applications or services, one, we got to be thinking, how'd that happen? Our access control sucks. We need to submit a whitelist immediately. And two, why? Why did someone download this new service? Was it to do something malicious? And was their intent? And then we have just unintentional behavior, right? Accidental actions by users that may lead to security vulnerabilities, misdirected emails, them attempting, like shadow IT, right? Insecure storage, maybe uploading data to a Dropbox. storing sensitive data in unsecured locations, having just bad configuration from their side, weak passwords, not enforcing multi-factor authentication, kind of our fault, but making sure employees are using it. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our check on learning. Question 1. What example of unexpected behavior should trigger an employee's suspicion and warrant further investigation or reporting? So we're going to go with C. Unexpectedly receiving an email from a company executive with an urgent request to transfer funds or provide sensitive information. Always be wary about fund transfer requests, right? Question 2. What should be the first step for employees when responding to reported suspicious messages? That is going to be C. Report the message to the organization's IT or security team for further analysis. Get someone in tech, right? Don't go to the development team. Go to the IT team, the service desk, or even the SOC directly. Question 3. What constitutes risky behavior that employees should be trained to recognize and avoid? We're going to go with B. Using unauthorized devices or applications to access or store company data. Question 4. What is a key indicator for employees to recognize a phishing attempt? That is going to be A. An official looking email requesting verification of account details and passwords. Our IT team will never do that in email. And then last question, question 5. How do simulated phishing campaigns contribute to security awareness within the organization? Don't think we covered this, so I'm glad this is asking. So simulated phishing campaign is where you put together phishing attempts, see which users actually fall victim to it, and then say, hey, you got to redo your awareness training, or we need to look at ourselves and say, our awareness training is bad. And the answer to this is going to be C. By educating employees about phishing techniques and testing their ability to recognize and respond to simulated attacks. All right, 100%. Now let's go ahead and continue and finish up domain 5.6.